It took a long time for Fang Jueyu to convince Zhuang Ying that he wasn't crazy or foolish, just that his behavior was a bit off. Earlier, he discussed with her about not being so ostentatious in daily life, so why did he suddenly start spending lavishly? However, Zhuang Ying wasn't worried that his extravagant ways would lead to any dire consequences. To put it bluntly, with Fang Juyu's wealth, as long as he stayed away from porn, gambling, and drugs, it was impossible for him to squander all his assets in this lifetime. On the contrary, Fang Juyu's current lifestyle and his attitude towards spending were exactly what she deemed proper. It was almost 3 o'clock when Fang Jueyu was already waiting near the booths on the bamboo platform. In the next few days, not only would many digital products sponsored by the bamboo platform be launched, but many popular streamers would also be there to meet their fans. So China Joy was almost like a mini fan meeting for the live streaming industry. On the last evening, Principal Wang even planned a large concert, with many talented streamers set to appear on stage. Although it hadn't been many days, Gogh was already becoming a top-tier streamer, especially since she had never shown her face until now. Today, the crowd that came just to catch a glimpse of her was overwhelming. The seats arranged at the scene were already full, and the rest had to stand. With the security cordons, it was almost impossible to see the stage clearly, let alone the performers' faces. But such a trivial matter could hardly stump Fang Jueyu. Before he came over, Principal Wang had given him a great thing. "Sorry, you can't go any further," a security guard blocked him. Fang Jueyu pulled a small badge out of his pocket with the words VIP Pass written on it. Principal Wang had told him that with this, no one at any booth in the entire venue would dare stop him. "I apologize, sir, I was abrupt earlier. You can move freely inside." The security guard immediately cleared a path for Fang Jueyu. This VIP pass wasn't something just anyone could get. Those who had it were at least multimillionaires or people with special statuses, whom none of them, the security personnel, could offend. Even though he had entered the inner circle, the seats there were also entirely taken. In fact, when the expo started in the morning, it was already packed, as those seats were first come, first served, with security only maintaining order once they were full. Fang Jueyu walked to the very front and center, where a young couple was eating snacks. It was apparent they had come early to get the seats rather than being people of wealth or status. "Hey buddy, can I discuss something with you?" Fang Jueyu tapped the shoulder of a guy who looked about his age. "What is it?" the guy, chatting with his girlfriend, asked impatiently after being interrupted. "How about you let me have your seat?" "Are you nuts?" the guy cursed and immediately turned back around. To snag this spot, he'd queued outside the venue since 5 in the morning, sprinting 100 meters in 12 seconds to secure this front row seat, so there's no way he'd just give it up. "I'll pay for it." The guy ignored him, but the girl turned her head. "How much are you offering?" 100,000. Fang Jueyu quoted a number that was impossible to refuse. "Union, this seat was hard to get. We can't just." Smack, the girl slapped the guy on the head. "Are you stupid? Anyone would be crazy not to sell a seat for 100 grand. 100,000 yuan was almost a fortune for students. With a little planning, they could travel to several countries. The cost was just giving up one seat. Was there anything more worthwhile? "Handsome, how many seats do you need?" the girl asked excitedly, fearing Fang Jueyu might change his mind. "Just one will do." "Okay, I'll sell my seat to you, but I won't accept credit or installments." "Give me your QR code," Fang Jueyu said straightforwardly. The girl took out her phone, handing over the QR code, and with the vibration of a phone, the 100,000 really went through. "Handsome, we've settled the deal. You can't back out now." The girl immediately grabbed her bag and left the seat as if afraid Fang Jueyu would change his mind. The guy was stunned for a moment, then grabbed his things and chased after her. Having money really lets you do whatever you want. Fang Jueyu sat down comfortably. No one dared take the seat next to him. Everyone saw him buy a seat for 100,000 yuan, treating money as if it were nothing. "You see, if we'd run a bit faster, the 100,000 would be ours." A couple's voices of complaint could be heard behind Fang Jueyu. He didn't pay attention because the previous performance was over, and it was about time for Gogh to take the stage. "You've all been waiting for the next act for a long time, haven't you?" The host walked to the center of the stage. "Recently, our bamboo platform has given birth to a streamer with 1 million fans, and this is her first stage appearance. Let's welcome the streamer Xinyu with a piano solo of Pirates of the Caribbean and a medley of piano and singing. Here she comes." the fans below shouted excitedly. CEO Lu, summon CEO Lu. Where is CEO Lu? CEO Lu, I know you're watching. Any fan of Xinyu's stream knew she had a very wealthy top fan. Teasing Xinyu and Forest Deer was always the theme in the chatroom. Even at the live venue, the banter was no different. The stage was specially designed. As the music began, a platform slowly lifted a crystal piano onto the stage, in front of which was a girl wearing a light blue gown, resembling an elf. Guo Xinyu wasn't particularly tall, about 165 centimeters. Her black hair flowed behind her, and atop her head was a tiara-like headpiece seemingly made from crystal. Against the backdrop of the tumultuous piano piece, she exuded a tranquil beauty. She wasn't the stereotypical influencer with a cookie-cutter face, but had a balanced oval face. Although individually, her eyes, nose, and mouth weren't outstanding, they combined into an incredibly sweet look. Whistles from the audience came one after another. Her appearance naturally dispelled the mystery of the anti-Kaio image. She could easily win a huge following with her looks alone. After finishing a piece, she sang a few more enchanting songs. Fang Jueyu noticed she sang songs he had once requested on the streaming platform. The performance lasted nearly half an hour. The cheers, applause, and accolades from the audience hardly stopped. Before stepping down, Guo Xinyu walked to the center of the stage and bowed deeply towards the audience. At that moment, her gaze met Fang Jueyu's. The corners of Fang Jueyu's mouth lifted slightly, and Guo Xinyu also flashed a charming smile. They had never met before, but it seemed as if they were old friends who had known each other for a long time. Perhaps this was something called tacit understanding. Where are you? My performance just ended. Guo Xinyu eagerly sent a message to Fang Jueyu as soon as she finished her performance. I'm right in the audience. Are you backstage? Is it convenient for me to come find you now? Fang Jueyu asked. Yeah, but can you get in? I think only staff and performers are allowed backstage, Guo Xinyu worriedly replied. No worries, I have a way. With that VIP badge, Fang Jueyu effortlessly walked into the backstage area. There were many streamers from the bamboo platform here, even more popular than Guo Xinyu, but Fang Jueyu didn't spare them a second glance. Finally, he found the figure he was looking for in front of a dressing table. Guo Xinyu had changed out of her performance outfit and was wearing a clean white t-shirt and pleated skirt, removing her makeup in front of a mirror. On stage, she was an elegant and aloof princess, but backstage she seemed like a quiet and gentle girl next door. Fang Jueyu didn't disturb her and just waited silently behind her. Guo Xinyu turned around after finishing her makeup, startled by Fang Jueyu behind her. You are Fang Jueyu. During the performance, Guo Xinyu felt she already knew the answer. It was a magical feeling. Why doesn't it look like me? Fang Jueyu chuckled. No, it's just that I thought someone like you would probably be. For a moment, Guo Xinyu couldn't think of how to describe it. Surrounded by brand names, wearing gold chains and branded watches, with two sycophantic lackeys following behind. Fang Jueyu laughed, since most rich kids seem to have this kind of style. Yes, that's exactly what I was going to say, Guo Xinyu laughed. But you're different from those rich kids. I don't see any of that affluenza in you. I told you, I only found out my family was wealthy a week ago. I've lived as an ordinary person for 20 years, so naturally, I don't have those habits. At this moment, Guo Xinyu seemed to truly believe what Fang Jueyu was saying. I hope you never change. By the way, was the wait long for you? Guo Xinyu asked bashfully. Not really, I just saw you removing your makeup and didn't want to disturb you. Because of the stage effect, Guo Xinyu's makeup wasn't light, and actually, he had been waiting behind for almost 20 minutes. Am I much different from what you imagined? Guo Xinyu flashed a cute smile. You're even more beautiful than I imagined, Fang Jueyu said sincerely. Now that you've shown your face, I bet your Weibo followers are going to explode. I believe you'll gain even more fans in the future. Guo Xinyu blushed deeply, as no girl could stay indifferent when praised for her beauty. It's not even 4 o'clock yet, too early for dinner. How about we go for a walk? Guo Xinyu suggested. Are you not busy here? No, I'm done with today's performance. The next few days I can arrange freely, except for one more performance on the last day. Great, let's go for a walk then. Guo Xinyu greeted the backstage staff, then packed her bag and left with Fang Jueyu. Xinyu. To their surprise, a group of fans had gathered at the backstage exit. The instant Guo Xinyu and Fang Jueyu walked out, they were caught. Guo Xinyu isn't a celebrity, just a streamer, so naturally, There weren't any bodyguards to help her deal with this. Even she didn't expect she would be this popular. Look, there's a guy next to Xinyu. Could he be her boyfriend? He's so handsome. No way, Xinyu said she doesn't have a boyfriend. Maybe he's just a pursuer. Do you think this guy could be Lu? No way, Lu is so rich, he can't possibly be this young. You know nothing. Last time I watched Teacher Park stream, they teamed up to play games and I heard Lu's voice. He's just a young guy. Haha, thanks everyone for your support, but please make way. My friend and I need to leave, Guo Xinyu politely said. Luckily, her fans were well-mannered without any crazy ones. They just wanted to take more photos of Xinyu, since before today, her face had always been a mystery. Xinyu, is this your boyfriend? One bold fan asked. Nope, Guo Xinyu shook her head. But you all should know him, he's my live stream's #1 fan. With that, Guo Xinyu flashed a playful smile at Fang Jueyu. This answer immediately revealed Fang Jueyu's identity, as Lu's identity was even more mysterious than Xinyu's looks. They didn't expect such a unique revelation today. Hey handsome, are you really Lu? Damn, I see my husband. Honey, I'll have your babies, look at me, look at me. Stop yelling, don't you see Lu and sister Xinyu are together? Maybe they're already involved and you don't stand a chance. Bros, I'm heartbroken. Sisters, I'm heartbroken too. Fang Jueyu and Guo Xinyu exchanged a glance and then flashed a wry smile. Today's fans sure were impressive. Not only were they chatty in the stream room, but they remained just as quirky in real life. It took a lot of effort to get rid of the fans, and they were exhausted. If there were no surprises, photos of Fang Jueyu and Guo Xinyu had already appeared on Weibo, and their stream tonight would probably be lively. Guo Xinyu suddenly burst into laughter. What are you laughing at? Fang Jueyu asked curiously. Look, Guo Xinyu handed over her phone. As expected, their photos were already on Weibo, and the fan comments had exceeded 10,000. However, comments about Fang Jueyu far outnumbered those about Guo Xinyu. Sister Xinyu, there's no living with this betrayal. Sisters, my roommate's dying wish is to know everything about this cute guy. I'm the roommate. Sisters, let me be the first to call him hubby. What the hell is this? Fang Jueyu slapped his forehead. Look at you, almost becoming the nation's husband, replacing Principal Wang, Guo Xinyu giggled. Oh yeah, did you have lunch with Principal Wang and them? Yeah, didn't I tell you? Why? It's over, you're gonna be famous. Guo Xinyu opened a set of photos. They showed him with Wang Kong and others entering and leaving a hotel, and blurry pictures of him getting into a sports car. But when contrasted with the photos of him and Guo Xinyu, his identity was practically exposed. Mysterious Lu from Bamboo Platform finally revealed. Lu and Principal Wang appeared at a 5-star hotel. Principal Wang claimed he's being buried in money. Performance analysis of Lu's Maserati MC12. Lu's true identity exposed, suspected to be the illegitimate child of Huaxia's richest man. In just a few minutes, all sorts of information about Fang Jueyu appeared on Weibo. Guo Xinyu was right, he was truly about to go viral. I had to admit, the imagination of netizens was truly incredible. They even made up something about the illegitimate child of Huaxia's richest man. It was obvious it came from some clickbait accounts talking nonsense. However, from now on, there would definitely be another super-rich second generation on the internet, just like Wang Kong. Many people had already started looking for Fang Jueyu's Weibo, but since Fang Jueyu's appearance had changed quite a bit, former acquaintances almost couldn't recognize him from the not-so-clear photos. Therefore, no one had really dug out his real information. Are you hungry? How about we go eat first? After dealing with those pesky fans, it was already past 5 o'clock. The two of them wandered a bit randomly and were now starving. As promised, I'll treat you to dinner today. You can't complain or fight over the bill, Guo Xinyu stated stubbornly. Fine, I'll rely on you, the rich lady today, Fang Jueyu joked. Stop teasing me. What kind of rich lady am I? Compared to a big tycoon like you, I'm not much, Guo Xinyu said with a sly smile. Be honest with me, was that helicopter incident this morning you're doing? You know about that too? Fang Jueyu was almost at a loss. It seemed grand, but if seen from an ordinary person's perspective, he bet he would silently curse with those 2 words, and many probably viewed it as the act of a privileged brat. All right, it was me, Fang Jueyu admitted. But the helicopter thing was arranged by my full-time assistant. I had no idea. I was hanging in the sky for half the day, scared to death. Thinking back to that scene, his legs still felt a bit wobbly. It was really you. Gogh Xinyu covered her mouth. She was just joking, considering many wealthy businessmen and rich second generations attended the event today. Many had the means to summon a private helicopter. Okay, enough about that. Just tell me the location and I'll drive you there. Fang Jueyu really didn't want to continue this topic. He guessed that online it was already filled with complaints. Let me see. I've already reserved a spot at a famous seafood restaurant in Mordor. Although it's not super high-end, you usually have to wait a long time. We have one near our school too, and I've heard it's pretty tasty. Gogh Xinyu had heard about it from friends. After all, the money she made barely covered her daily expenses, so even though it wasn't very high-end, the average cost per person was still several hundred, which for her was a week's living expenses. All right, wait here for a bit. I'll go get the car from the underground parking lot. Okay, Gogh Xinyu agreed sweetly. Before long, a dark purple Maserati MC-12 stopped in front of Gogh Xinyu, its flashy design attracting many gazes instantly. This, wasn't your car a Porsche Cayenne? How did it become this? Gogh Xinyu didn't care what kind of car they took, but it was psychologically burdensome for her to ride in such a luxurious sports car. I had no choice. My Cayenne's license plate got posted online. If I drive it out again, I'd never have a peaceful day in the future. So I asked my assistant to arrange a car, Fang Jueyu said helplessly with a shrug. The car I originally wanted had some issues and got recalled to the factory, so this was all that was left. Hearing Fang Jueyu's tone, it seemed driving this car was not really a choice. If Wang Kong were here, he'd probably open Weibo and start mocking Fang Jueyu again, right? Are we really going to ride this? Honestly, even an ordinary car had become rare for her to ride ever since her family's business troubles. She felt a bit uneasy. If you don't get in, there are plenty of people waiting in line to hop on. Fang Jueyu pouted. Nearby, many attractive and sweet-looking cosplayers were already gazing longingly in this direction. For them, wasn't this convention also a chance to meet a wealthy second generation? All right, Gogh Xinyu still got in the car. Sports cars had a lower center of gravity, and Fang Jueyu unintentionally caught a glimpse of the scenery under Gogh Xinyu's pleated skirt from the corner of his eye. But unfortunately, there existed an extremely anti-human invention in this world: safety shorts. Let's go. Fang Jueyu quickly brushed away those messy thoughts. Although he didn't know the exact location of the seafood restaurant, Zhao Yi had already input the best route into the navigation system. Vroom! With the mighty roar of the engine, the car transformed into a dark purple lightning bolt running along the road, naturally attracting plenty of attention. Suddenly, a rather bold idea popped into Fang Jueyu's mind. Gogh Xinyu had a sweet voice and a formal music education background. Although being a small-time streamer could earn a decent amount, wasn't it a waste of her talent? If she could become an official singer, that might just be Gogh Xinyu's greatest dream, right? The entertainment industry was a mixed bag, with unwritten rules lurking everywhere. Fang Jueyu was well aware of this. It wasn't about personal upbringing. Sometimes in such a vast pool, you had no choice but to get caught up in it. But Fang Jueyu definitely wouldn't allow such a thing to happen to Gogh Xinyu. Therefore, the best way was to have everything under his control. Zhao Yi, do I have any entertainment companies under my name? Fang Jueyu asked in his mind. None actually. Compared to those large investment projects, the upfront cost of the entertainment industry is too high and the return cycles are too long. Many years ago, you withdrew from the entertainment business. That's great, Fang Jueyu excitedly slapped his thigh. He wanted to invest upfront in projects with long return cycles, not only to help Gogh Xinyu but also to fulfill that big task of his. It was truly a win-win. Fang Jueyu, what are you doing? Mosquitoes, mosquitoes, haha, Fang Jueyu gave a silly excuse. Xinyu, do you have any dreams? Huh? The sudden question from Fang Jueyu left Gogh Xinyu dumbfounded. Why start talking about dreams all of a sudden? Of course, I do. I want to help my family out of the current economic troubles and let my younger siblings receive the best education. I didn't mean that, I meant your personal dreams, Fang Jueyu clarified. Would you want to remain a streamer on this live platform forever? Of course not, Gogh Xinyu bit her lip. Anyone studying music dreams of having a glamorous stage and countless cheering fans. My dream is to be a singer. That's just what I wanted to hear. Fang Jueyu heard the answer he was most satisfied with. How about it, would you consider becoming my artist? Does your family run an entertainment business? Gogh Xinyu didn't expect Fang Jueyu to extend such an invitation. Well, It's somewhat involved, I guess, Fang Jueyu replied without much confidence, as he didn't really own any entertainment or media companies at the moment. Aren't you afraid you'll lose money if you sign me? Although she studied pop music, countless people were doing the same, and becoming famous was like crossing a single log bridge amid a vast army. Why should I be afraid? If I lose money, I'll be even happier, Fang Jueyu muttered under his breath. His personal assets had increased by nearly $1 billion today, and if this trend continued, his money would only grow, becoming practically inexhaustible. What did you say? Oh, nothing. I meant that I believe in your talent. If you're willing, I can find professional teachers to give you structured training. Of course, you'll have to dedicate a lot of effort and energy yourself. Hearing this, Gogh Xinyu fell silent. It was indeed an excellent opportunity. Although she hadn't interacted with Fang Jueyu for long, she could tell that his offer was genuine. In the past, while she was a streamer, many small media companies approached her, but during several interviews they asked for outrageous demands because of her appearance, so nothing ever came of it. The education she received since childhood didn't allow her to sell her body for fame, and her family's predicament wasn't dire enough to push her to that extent. She also had her own self-respect. Rest assured, if you're willing, I'll shield you from anything you don't want to do. You just need to focus on your music. Really? Of course, what would I gain from lying to you? Fang Jueyu countered. True, besides her looks and presence, there was nothing much of value for Fang Jueyu to be fixated on. Given his status and wealth, even celebrities from the entertainment circle would line up to associate with him, so why deceive an unknown streamer who just gained a little popularity? I'll think about it and get back to you in a few days. All right, I'll wait for your decision. Fang Jueyu was confident that Gogh Xinyu would agree to his offer. Fang Jueyu, can I ask you a question? Gogh Xinyu's face suddenly flushed, though Fang Jueyu, focused on driving, didn't notice her subtle change. What question? Go ahead. Why do you want to help me? Are you trying to pursue me? No, don't get the wrong idea, Fang Jueyu stammered a bit. Although he'd had several flings, he'd truly only dated Zhang Yuan for 2 years, and she was the one who initiated it. He was inexperienced in such matters. It's just that I think you're good at singing and playing, and it's such a waste for you to just be a streamer, so I wanted to help you. If someone had listened closely to Fang Jueyu's chest, they would have heard his strong and rapid heartbeat. Luckily, it was getting dark, or his face would have been even redder than Gogh Xinyu's. The air suddenly became still, making the atmosphere slightly awkward, but fortunately, they had already arrived at their destination. This seafood restaurant, called Barent Seafood Restaurant, was in the Beta Plaza owned by Wang Kong's family. Due to the tourism peak season and the holiday, the plaza was bustling with activity. Finding a parking space was a challenge for everyone. Fang Jueyu had to circle around several times before finally finding a suitable spot. By the time they reached the entrance of Barent Seafood Restaurant, the queue was almost as long as a battle in a survival game. Oh no, we missed our turn. Gogh Xinyu's number was 125, but because business was booming today and the table turnover rate was high, they had already called number 138. No worries, usually when you miss your turn, you can wait for 3 more tables, right? I'll go ask. Gogh Xinyu didn't even realize she was holding Fang Jueyu's arm with both hands. I'm sorry, due to some special circumstances these recent days, those wanting to dine need to take a new number and queue at the back, the waiter said apologetically. I see. Gogh Xinyu immediately felt a bit disappointed. She had finally managed to invite Fang Jueyu for a meal, and it had turned out this way. At this rate, they might have to wait for at least 2 or 3 hours for a table. Looking at her expression, Fang Jueyu instinctively reached out and patted her head. It was only after making this gesture that he realized what he had done, causing his face to blush, while Gogh Xinyu froze completely. Leave it to me. I'm determined to have dinner here tonight. Fang Jueyu approached the waiter. Hello, could you call your manager for me? Who are you? The waitstaff, already exhausted, was somewhat irritable among all these customers. Our manager is busy and doesn't have time to meet you. If you want to eat, take a number and wait in line. Fang Jueyu chuckled coldly. He could empathize with the waiter, but he felt unfairly reprimanded, which didn't sit well with him. Let me say it again. Call your manager, or whatever happens next, you'll have to bear the consequences. The waiter was taken aback by Fang Jueyu's intimidation. She looked up at him, and his stare made her feel an irrational fear. This is the reception desk. Please call the manager. Someone is asking for him. Ultimately, she did as Fang Jueyu instructed. Not long after, a man, appearing to be in his early 30s and pleasant-looking, came rushing out. "Manager, these two are looking for you," said the waiter, casting a sidelong glance at Fang Jueyu after speaking. "Is there anything I can assist you with?" the manager asked courteously. "My friend and I would like to dine here, but it's too crowded. Can you arrange a table for us quickly?" Fang Jueyu took out the black bank card given to him by Fang Jueyu. Initially, the manager was about to say something, but when he saw the card, his pupils dilated and he swallowed his words back. As a store manager, he surely received some special training and briefings. During his training, he had learned to identify certain extraordinary individuals through specific experiences, not only focusing on attire and demeanor, but also identifying special bank cards. The card this particular black card Fang Jueyu was holding was listed as belonging to a group of people one should absolutely not provoke. In fact, during the training, the instructor had repeatedly stressed that if you didn't want to be thrown into the Huangpu River the next day, you must serve those with this card with utmost diligence, fulfilling all their requests. "Esteemed guest, welcome," the manager bowed at a 90-degree angle. "I'll arrange a table for you right away." "Thank you," Fang Jueyu nodded, pulling the astonished Gogh inside the restaurant. "Did you do anything to offend these two guests?" the manager asked the shocked waiter. Trembling all over, the waiter thought, if she hadn't understood what's happening by now, she must indeed be a fool. It seemed she had offended someone she couldn't afford to cross. "This way, please." The manager personally led Fang Jueyu and Gogh to an elegant seat by the window. Through the window, they could see the enchanting night view of the city, and it was distanced from other tables, offering a quieter ambience. There were 4 such seats, reserved for special guests. These seats weren't something that just anyone could enjoy. "I apologize to both of you on behalf of the server from earlier. I hope her rudeness didn't disturb your dining experience." The lobby manager brought the server before them, and she looked down, clearly aware of her mistake. The lobby manager had reminded her earlier that whatever happened, she must earn forgiveness. If the guests were short-tempered and insisted on pursuing this, even the owner of the establishment could be in trouble. "Forget it," Fang Jueyu waved his hand. "I know your work can be grueling, but never vent your emotions on the customers. That should be the greatest taboo in the service industry. Just be more careful next time." "Thank you for your understanding." Hearing that Fang Jueyu wouldn't pursue the incident, the manager breathed a sigh of relief. "To express our apologies, today's expenses will be waived for both of you. You can scan the QR code on the table to order, and we'll arrange it as quickly as possible." "All right, we understand, thank you." The server, feeling a huge relief, left with the lobby manager. Today's incident likely taught her a vivid lesson, and no matter how bad her mood might be in the future, she wouldn't dare treat customers with such an attitude. "Fang Jueyu," Gogh pouted, "didn't I say that I was treating you to dinner today? Now it's all on the house, what's up with that?" "You're still treating, aren't you? There's no difference, ha." "No, it's not the same." Not having spent a dime, Gogh looked distressed. She intended to properly thank Fang Jueyu for his help, but she didn't imagine his influence was so significant that they could just walk into a place and get a free meal. "Next time we're free, I'll treat you again. This one doesn't count," Gogh insisted. "Even if we pick another place, it might just turn out to be one of my own restaurants, or perhaps they'll comp our meal too. You better not waste your effort." Fang Jueyu himself wasn't even sure how many restaurants he owned. Even this seafood restaurant might turn out to be part of a restaurant group under his name. "HMPH, it's really hard to get along with you rich folks." Gogh pretended to be upset. All right, let's eat first. Don't go against your stomach." Fang Jueyu opened his phone to order. After all, it was free, so why not eat? Growl. After a busy day, Gogh stomach let out a few protesting sounds, embarrassing her into quickly lowering her head. "You didn't hear anything just now." I didn't hear anything, ha. Fang Jueyu couldn't help but laugh. Gogh was quite down to earth after all. "By the way, Xinyu, what's going on at your home? I remember you said before that you started streaming to earn your tuition and living expenses, so as not to burden your family." At this point, Gogh face filled with worry. Maybe it's just fate. Her father, Gogh, was a construction contractor. Just 2 years ago, due to an accident, 2 workers died unexpectedly, and Gogh was required to pay over 2 million in compensation. With this, the cash flow faced issues, and the family business collapsed, leaving them with millions in debt. Normally, with Gogh capability, he could resolve these issues in time, but that was when he was diagnosed with uremia. Gyushu's health plummeted, and he could only rely on dialysis to sustain his life until a suitable kidney could be found for transplant, worsening the family's situation. Fortunately, after meeting Fang Jueyu, the money he gifted her on the streaming platform, combined with the signing bonus, amounted to a significant sum. With that money, she's managed to pay off more than half of the debt, which is why she's so grateful to Fang Jueyu. Has a kidney been found yet? Fang Jueyu knew this was a very challenging task. Many patients with uremia lost their lives waiting indefinitely. Not yet, Gyu Xinyu shook her head. I don't know when we'll find a matching kidney. Although her family's circumstance improved, Gyu Xinyu still hoped her family could return to their safe and happy life. I'll find some time to visit your dad. Fang Jueyu suddenly thought about some failed alchemical pills he recently obtained from his ancestors. Since they could cure cancer, dealing with uremia should be a breeze. But to Gyu Xinyu, this had another implication. Since this was their first meeting, the idea of taking him to visit her father felt a bit improper. Well, I'll thank you in advance on behalf of my dad. After contemplating, Gyu Xinyu nodded. Fang Juyu's goodwill was evident, and besides, the improvement in her family's situation was all thanks to him. Soon enough, the food they ordered arrived. Although it was also a seafood feast, the quality didn't quite compare to the most extravagant seafood noodles she ever had. Suddenly, Fang Jueyu found himself missing the meals made by his chef. You know, when you have time, come over to my place. Our chef makes dishes you'll remember for a lifetime. Fang Jueyu didn't mind if Gyu Xinyu misunderstood. He merely wanted to share the experience of his chef's cooking. Sure, Gyu Xinyu's heart raced. Was Fang Jueyu hinting at something? Honestly speaking, it's hard not to be moved by someone like Fang Jueyu, with his outstanding appearance and prominent family background. Moreover, he had helped her, and over time she sensed that he wasn't a spoiled heir. But someone so exceptional, was she even worthy? Hey Xinyu, aren't you supposed to stream today? Fang Jueyu casually asked while eating. He had watched Gyu Xinyu's stream for a long time, and unless something came up, she was almost always online. Oh no, I forgot. Gyu Xinyu smacked her forehead. I promised the viewers an outdoor stream after the show today. Why don't you stream the meal then? Fang Jueyu didn't mind. It was Gyu Xinyu's job, and he didn't care if he appeared on camera. After all, people had already photographed them together today. Then should I really go live now? You won't mind, will you? Gyu Xinyu cautiously asked. What's there to mind? Go ahead and stream. With Fang Jueyu's approval, Gyu Xinyu quickly took out her phone and started the stream. She promised the viewers she'd start at 7, but now it was already 7:30. Nevertheless, there were still over 100,000 fans chatting casually in her live stream. Xinyu, you stood us up. Spill it, which jerk are you secretly meeting? As expected, the essence of humans is always pigeon. Don't you know? Someone saw Xinyu and a handsome guy together at China Joy today, and rumors say that guy is Lu. No way, has our Xinyu been stolen away? Just thinking about how Lu might devour Xinyu not leaving a bone tonight makes me feel like I'm gonna die. Xinyu, show yourself. Ha ha ha, Gyu Xinyu put her phone in front of Fang Jueyu. You're in trouble. My fans are collectively railing against you now. Xinyu is online. As the system notification popped up and Gyu Xinyu's face appeared on the screen, the livestream room instantly exploded, and the number of viewers skyrocketed from hundreds of thousands to over 1 million. Oh my god, is this a goddess descending to earth? I finally get to see Xinyu's face. Let me call her wifey first. Anyone who disagrees can solo me online later. I'm the first from the Jason gang to disagree. Xinyu, where are you? Is President Lu with you? Are you two together? Xinyu, President Lu must be a wealthy playboy. Please don't fall for his tricks. Hello, everyone. Gyu Xinyu greeted her fans warmly. Sorry, we were queuing up for food earlier and accidentally forgot about the live stream we promised. Gyu Xinyu stuck out her tongue, and her charming expression immediately stirred a hubbub of wailing from the male fans. Today, let me do an eating show for you. I'm currently at a seafood restaurant called Baron. Let me show you my meal for today. Gyu Xinyu pointed the camera at the food on the table. Why, oh heavens, how can you eat so much and still stay so skinny? Is there any justice? The person above is an idiot, identified and confirmed. Obviously, no one can eat all that by themselves. Didn't you notice there's another set of utensils on the opposite side? Xinyu, who's sitting across from you, is it President Lu? Show us my husband's face. Nobody can steal my husband. Except for Xinyu, no one's worthy of him. Yes, I'm having dinner with President Liu, Xinyu admitted honestly. President Liu was also at China Joy today, and thanks to him, I have so many followers now, so I'm treating him to a meal as a thank you. You wouldn't believe it, I just wanted to treat President Liu to a meal, but he pulled out some unknown card, and the restaurant ushered us to a VIP seat and even waived our bill. Xinyu, no need to explain, we believe you. Xinyu, go for it. Catch President Liu and you can be a rich lady in the future. That's normal, everyone take a seat. With President Liu's wealth, there must be a line of people wanting to treat him to a free meal. Show us President Liu's face plus 10086. President Liu, they want to see you. Xinyu didn't directly call Fang Jueyu by name. On the streaming platform, using President Liu was more appropriate. Fine, let them see, Fang Jueyu shrugged. There was nothing to keep secret now. He. Xinyu boldly aimed the camera at Fang Jueyu's face and gave him a close-up. It had to be said, after genetic enhancement, Fang Jueyu's features became exceptionally perfect, leaving almost no weak points. Moreover, this perfection wasn't the slightly feminine beauty of the current entertainment industry's young idols, but a sunlit charm. Wow, too handsome, rich and handsome, he can do whatever he wants. Why? Everyone earned their way into this world competing with billions, but why is his starting line the finish line we can't reach in a lifetime? President Liu, is it my fault for being both handsome and rich? Get together. President Liu, say something. President Liu, be honest, do you have a crush on our Xinyu? President Liu, was that helicopter this morning really yours? President Liu, I heard you used money to shock President Wang today. Is that person he talked about really you? Hello, everyone, I am Lin Deep Seas Liu. Fang Jueyu pretended to stay calm. In truth, he was bombarded with so many questions he didn't even know where to start. Ha, today I'll be a war correspondent and interview our President Liu for everyone. Xinyu excitedly suggested, quickly forgetting the delicious food on the table. Xinyu, you're too funny. Yes, please interview President Liu. We want to know if what's said on Weibo is true. Yes, it's all true. That helicopter is mine and so is that Maserati sports car. Fang Jueyu admitted openly. President Liu, could you tell us what happened with President Wang today that got such a big reaction from him? Xinyu randomly picked a question from the chat. Oh, he wanted to make a movie of battle through the heavens. Everyone knows this. He was short on financing and I told him I'd cover whatever he was short. Then he tweeted that post. You scoundrel, shut up. A red message flew across the screen. The ID was none other than the familiar Wang Kong, who was apparently watching the live stream. President Wang appeared. Everyone come and see. Airing grievances, President Wang, is it true? President Wang, what's it like to be showboated in front of and can't refute it? I just logged in to see, didn't expect to catch you talking bad about me behind my back. You wait, I'll come to Jiangnan City in a few days, dispose of you, then inherit your estate. Let's see how rich you really are. Wang Kong sent another red chat and then exited the live stream. No way, could President Liu really have more money than the principal? Maybe, after all, the principal has only started his business a few years ago. But even if President Liu is wealthy, he shouldn't have more money than President Wang's father, right? President Liu, could you tell us just how much money you have? The person above, are you stupid? Even if you ask, do you expect them to tell you? It's a business secret. Actually, it's no big deal to say, Fang Jueyu commented calmly. Immediately, a flurry of 666 comments floated across the screen, with everyone waiting for Fang Jueyu to reveal a jaw-dropping number. But I'm really sorry, I truly can't tell you, because I don't know myself how much money I have. 6666, President Liu is the only one I approve of for bragging. This is the sassiest line I've heard this year. I'm not a money lover, Jack Ma. I don't know my wife's beauty, Liu Dongqiang, average appearance, Gu Wenel, ugliest in the family, Lin Ryuhan. Now there's another one, I don't know my wealth, President Liu. Comment above, epic summary. Wasn't this supposed to be Xinyu's eating show? I clicked on it for that. How did it turn into President Liu's personal wealth flaunting show? My mom asked why I am watching on my knees. The interaction with netizens carried on for over an hour, as Fang Jueyu and Gu Xinyu happily chatted with their viewers while eating. Before long, they'd nearly finished everything in front of them. All right, folks, we've finished eating and now we're planning to head back. I'm logging off now, and tomorrow night I'll continue singing for everyone," Gogh Xinyu announced as she prepared to end the live stream. "Xinyu, you have to promise you're really going back to your room and not off to President Lu's multi-thousand square meter villa." "Oh no, I have a premonition. Xinyu will be in for a bloody disaster tonight. I feel the same as the person above. Let me go cry first." "President Lu, take it easy. These people always talking nonsense." Gogh Xinyu, blushing, turned off the increasingly bold comments in the livestream chat. She glanced at Fang Jueyu. Fortunately, he didn't notice the remarks from the viewers. "Let's go, I'll take you back. Where are you staying these days?" Fang Jueyu asked. "Oh, it's arranged by the platform at the Jessen Hayatai Hotel. It's the closest one to the venue," Gogh Xinyu replied. "By the way, where are you staying?" I should have a few houses in Shanghai. I'll check with my assistant later." "Hey, do young people these days all like to brag like this?" A middle-aged man passing by sighed, obviously having overheard what Fang Jueyu had just said. But Gogh Xinyu didn't mind, because she knew very well Fang Jueyu might actually be telling the truth. "Little Ying, could you help me see if there's any place to stay near the Mo capital?" Fang Jueyu called Zhuang Ying directly, almost 100% certain he would get a positive answer. "I've already arranged it for you." Zhuang Ying knew Fang Jueyu definitely wouldn't return to Jiangnan City today, so she had arranged accommodation for him early on. As one of the country's economic centers, while the housing prices could make people shiver, it didn't matter at all to Fang Jueyu. "Will you be staying alone tonight or with someone else?" "Of course alone," Fang Jueyu blushed. He naturally understood what Zhuang Ying meant by two people. Tusk, young master, you're not very impressive. I thought you'd bring that little girl named Gogh Xinyu back," Zhuang Ying teased. She liked to browse Weibo in her free time, and although the matter of Fang Jueyu and Gogh Xinyu didn't make the headlines, it was trending. "Am I that kind of person?" Fang Jueyu said. "This was just our first meeting, you know. I'm not that casual and neither is she." "Ha, it seems young master has genuinely fallen for her. I guess I should do something to earn some favor with our future young mistress," Zhuang Ying chuckled. "What are you going to do? I'm warning you not to mess around. I have yet to settle the score with you for today's incident." Fang Jueyu felt a bit flustered. With Zhuang Ying's creativity, who knew what wild and strange ideas she might come up with. Although she referred to him as young master, Zhuang Ying seemed to have understood Fang Jueyu's temperament thoroughly, knowing where his limits were and what would or wouldn't upset him. Fang Jueyu didn't know that aside from her master's in economic management, Zhuang Ying had also minored in psychology. "I won't mess around, rest assured. I just want to arrange better treatment for Miss Gyo's father. You do have a team of foreign experts. I'll find a time to give Mr. Gogh a full body examination to determine the best treatment plan." "Thank you for that." Fang Jueyu had a better solution, but if they cured Gogh Xinyu's father's uremia overnight, it wouldn't be something he could gloss over. However, if the treatment was under his people's control, then everything would be simple. "It's the right thing to do," Zhuang Ying said. "Oh, by the way, you have a property at the Thompson Riviera by the Huangpu River. If you want a villa, it might be a bit farther." "Let's go with that for now. Send me the address and I'll make my way there." "Sure, your house has a fingerprint password lock, and we've already updated your information. You can move in immediately, and I've arranged for it to be cleaned during the day." "Great, got it. Thank you for your hard work." Fang Jueyu looked at the location of the house and immediately drove there. The Thompson Riviera was indeed a renowned complex in the country, and location was just one of its many advantages, with its infamous price tag being what made it even more notable. Though it was an apartment-style residence, Fang Jueyu estimated the price was certainly not cheaper than his villa in Jiangnan City, especially since, according to the information Zhuang Ying sent him, his unit was on the top floor, so its price was imaginable. The license plate of Fang Jueyu's Maserati seemed to have also been entered into the security system. He drove into the apartment complex smoothly. It was indeed the famous Thompson Riviera. The underground garage was just like a large luxury car exhibition. Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and Rolls-Royces could be seen everywhere, and those $1 or $2 million cars were ranked lower. Even his Maserati MC12, which cost over $10 million, was just middle tier. "Damn, when I get back, I'll get one of each kind. I don't believe I won't be able to spend all my money," Fang Jueyu said defiantly. He took the elevator to the top floor, and when he pressed his fingerprint to unlock the door, the 400 square meter luxury apartment appeared before him. At a height of more than 150 meters, he could overlook the entire city and even see the iconic Oriental Pearl Tower directly. Living in such a place must be the ultimate dream of countless people striving in the Mo capital. Little Yi, how much is this house worth? Fang Jueyu asked casually. This house has a total indoor area of 427 square meters, and right now, the price per square meter is between 260,000 and 300,000. However, the property was built for you, so you didn't spend a penny. What, why? Was it a gift from someone else? No, the Thompson Group is yours. The current chairman of the group is Miss Zhuang Ying's uncle, but if you want to play as the chairman, those shares can be handed back to you anytime. Ha ha ha, no need for that, let him continue managing it. Fang Jueyu laughed awkwardly. Spending money was one thing, but if he were to earn it, the group might go bankrupt in no time. The house had been cleaned thoroughly. After a shower, Fang Jueyu lay down on the bed. He wasn't much of a Weibo enthusiast, having registered an account 2 years ago during his student council days when he needed to repost some league committee promotional material. But he hadn't used the account since then. Many internet celebrities maintained their popularity through Weibo. If Fang Jueyu wanted to complete the first stage permission task and enhance his popularity, Weibo seemed to be a viable route. Hey little Yi, if I bought Weibo, could I control the trending topics at will? Fang Jueyu mused. Host, that's cheating. I strongly disapprove of your behavior. Little Yi gave him a digital middle finger in his mind. Actually, if you wanted to go down that route, there's no need to purchase it. The Earth's internet holds no secrets for me. I can alter data at will. Can you help me then? No, I refuse, Little Yi declared righteously. However, if there are any unfavorable comments about you online, I can help filter them out. That's workable too. Fang Jueyu just entertained the idea. If Little Yi controlled Weibo's trending topics, wouldn't it take away a lot of fun for him? His current dream was simply to splurge money every day, show off a bit and flirt with some girls. Nothing more, just simple and happy. Fang Jueyu logged into his Weibo, and the only post was from that promotional event 2 years ago. He replaced his profile picture and changed his Weibo name to his own. Ding dong, he was about to sleep when a WeChat message popped up. It was from Guo Xinyu. Fang Jueyu, are you asleep yet? Not yet, just about to head to bed. Are you going back to Jiangnan City tomorrow? Probably. It's the anniversary of my high school soon. I'm planning to visit and see my teachers and classmates. All right, then I guess we can only meet again in Jiangnan City. What's wrong? You seem awfully down about not seeing me, Fang Jueyu teased her. No, I'm not. Guo Xinyu sent a meme. But on the other side of the phone, she was indeed wearing a slightly sullen expression, still hoping he could attend her performance in 3 days. All right then, I'll visit your dad with you when I'm back in Jiangnan City. I've contacted some international experts who should be helpful for his condition. Thank you. This time Guo Xinyu didn't refuse. I feel like I'm increasingly indebted to you. Guess I'll have to work for you to repay the kindness. Ha 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 ha, don't worry, I accept payment in kind, Fang Jueyu joked. HMPH, you big pervert, Guo Xinyu blushed again. All right then, go sleep, or you'll lose hair. I'll return first thing tomorrow and contact you when I get back. Okay then, good night. Good night. Fang Jueyu put down his phone, staring at the ceiling and smiling foolishly, lost in his thoughts. This kind of feeling seemed really nice. Hello, who is it? Can't people sleep around here? Fang Jueyu, still half asleep, fumbled for the ringing phone beside his pillow. Lazy pig, it's time to get up. Fang Jueyu was notorious for his grumpiness when woken up. Just as he was about to lash out, that mesmerizingly sweet voice sapped all his will to fight. Xinyu, why are you up so early? It's already 8 o'clock. It's not early. Guo Xinyu had vocal training every morning, a daily must-do for music students like her. How is 8 not early? It's summer break. Even during school, I wouldn't wake up before 10 on weekends. Fang Jueyu retorted confidently. His roommates slept even later than he did. Are you getting up or not? Getting up, getting up. Fang Jueyu lazily crawled out of bed. I'll be back this morning, don't miss me too much. As if I'd miss you, HMPH. Not talking to you anymore, I'm off to practice piano. Bye. Guo Xinyu hung up the call and sent a message. Be careful on the road. I know, Fang Jueyu smiled knowingly. It really was time to get up today. With the peak tourist season these days, if he didn't want to keep getting stuck on the highway, he'd better leave early. Otherwise, calling for a helicopter again might land him in the headlines. The apartment offered meal delivery services, so Fang Jueyu called the service center. Is this the service center? Yes, sir. Would you like breakfast delivered? We have. Please send me a bowl of pickled mustard and shredded pork noodles, and no scallions, thank you. Fang Jueyu hadn't even bothered to check what breakfast they offered before ordering. The staff at the apartment service center was taken aback. First Grade was a top-notch apartment, home to multimillionaires who were typically quite particular about their meals. As such, the food they provided was very high-end. Sister Lan, what's up with that look on your face? Another staff member asked, seeing the expression of the switchboard operator. The resident from the top floor just called to order breakfast. Guess what he wanted? What? He wanted pickled mustard and shredded pork noodles. Sister Lan couldn't help but smile wryly. Seriously, what do these rich people think? We offer free gourmet breakfasts, and he opts for an $8 bowl of noodles. Ha ha ha, I thought he'd want sea cucumber and abalone, the staff chuckled. It's pretty normal. The rich get tired of delicacies and crave something simple like cabbage and tofu. Principal Wang often has roadside barbecue. Don't worry, just send someone to a noodle shop to get it. You're right. They couldn't let the resident wait too long, so she quickly called a nearby noodle shop known for its taste. Boss, send a bowl of pickled mustard and shredded pork noodles to First Grade service building. Yes, you heard right, it's pickled mustard and shredded pork noodles. Slurp, Fang Jueyu slurped his noodles with great delight. Not bad, not bad, it tastes great. A rice ball would have been perfect. Satisfied, he tidied up, considering that his custom car and clothes should arrive within a couple of days. It was time to head home. He took the elevator to the underground garage but frowned as he spotted his car. The exit of his parking spot was entirely blocked by another car, and the other side was a wall. He couldn't leave unless that car was moved. It was a silver-gray Porsche 918, priced over $14 million, almost the same class as his Maserati. But that model had been in production since 2013, while Fang Jueyu's car was a limited edition from 10 years earlier and therefore more valuable. What the hell? Fang Jueyu went over to see what was going on. Maybe the owner left it there due to an emergency. Normally, people leave their numbers on the dashboard. To his surprise, someone was inside, a young man in his early 20s, snoozing on the steering wheel, apparently drunk. Do these young rich kids have a death wish, driving drunk like that? Fang Jueyu felt a flicker of rage. Incidents like these had been rampant lately, with rich kids racing drunk and causing accidents that claimed innocent lives. Fang Jueyu despised these people. Usually, they had strong backgrounds, and getting off with minor compensation and a short jail time changed nothing despite public outcry. Hey, Fang Jueyu knocked on the window, wake up. Who the hell are you? How dare you interrupt my sleep? Get lost. The young man clearly hadn't sobered up. As he rolled down the window, a strong stench of alcohol poured out. Move your car, it's blocking mine, Fang Jueyu said sternly, but he didn't plan to argue with a drunk fool. So what if it's blocked? Don't you have legs? Can't drive, can't leave. The young man glanced at Fang Jueyu, his gaze filled with disdain. Ha, the comment amused Fang Jueyu. I'm giving you one more chance, move your car or I'll call the police. Drunk driving. A few years of communal meals should be nice, right? Jail, ha ha ha, who do you think you are? I'm not going, what can you do? If you've got guts, smash my car. The young man seemed dead set on confronting Fang Jueyu. That's a good idea. Fang Jueyu was also getting angry. He looked around and noticed a fire axe in a nearby cabinet. Fang Jueyu went up to the fire cabinet, kicked the glass open and grabbed the axe, feeling its weight comfortably in his hand. What are you doing? The young man panicked. This car costs $14 million. Can you afford to smash it? Hef, only $14 million. Even 10 of these wouldn't matter. Fang Jueyu walked to the car and swung the axe down. Enhanced with twice the physical strength, his power was terrifying. The axe almost cleaved the car door open. The young man was scared witless, scrambling out of the car in fear Fang Jueyu might chop him as well. Are you crazy? Shut up, Fang Jueyu glared at him, the chilling look making the young man shrink back in fear. Crash. Clang clang. Crack. In just a few minutes, the luxurious sports car had been reduced to a heap of wreckage under Fang Jueyu's axe. He tossed the axe to the ground and wiped the sweat off his forehead. That felt great. You fucking psycho. The young man, seeing Fang Jueyu put down the axe, suddenly gained courage. He was taller than Fang Jueyu and believed he could win in a fistfight. Boom! Fang Jueyu's kick landed squarely on his chest, sending him flying and landing heavily. 14 million, right? Give me your account number, I'll transfer it to you right now. Fang Jueyu towered over him, declaring arrogantly. You have any idea who my dad is? The young man clutched his chest as he struggled to get up from the ground. Obviously, Fang Juyu's kick had caused him significant pain. I don't know who your dad is, Fang Jueyu shrugged. But I do know that if the police find out you're driving drunk, not only will you be in trouble, but your dad will be too, even if he's Li Gang. This era was no longer the time when officials could cover up for each other and block everything with one hand. As long as there was evidence, no one could be above the law. I suggest you turn yourself in. It's better than having me take you there myself. He recalled that tragic incident in Jiangnan City, when a Maserati owner driving drunk claimed several young lives. Although Fang Jueyu wasn't a superhero, if something like this happened once, it could happen again. While they were lucky no one was harmed this time, who knew about the next time? At the very least, this young man needed to face consequences for his actions. Let's settle our score first. Fang Jueyu walked toward the young man. What do you want to do? The young man couldn't help but take 2 steps back. Cut the nonsense. Fang Jueyu snatched a wallet from him. Although it didn't have much money, all the bank cards and IDs were inside. Hey, Sister Xiaoying, can you do me a favor and transfer 14 million into account 622,202 XXXXXXXXXXXXX? Yeah, I just smashed someone's car. How did I start trouble? This moron got drunk and parked his car right next to my parking spot and wouldn't move, so I had no choice but to smash his car. All right, the money will be there soon. Fang Jueyu threw the wallet back, remembering the guy's name, Sun Yuhui. Sure enough, in less than 2 minutes, Sun Yuhui's phone received a text message, showing that 14 million had indeed been deposited into his account. Without a blink, he had smashed a car and just handed over millions. Although Sun Yuhui's family was affluent, he admitted to himself that he couldn't do such things. He knew most of the rich kids in the area, but this was a face he definitely didn't recognize. You smashed the car. What else do you want? Sun Yuhui was already intimidated by Fang Jueyu's presence and grew nervous seeing he hadn't left yet. I told you we're settled. Now I'm dealing with your drunk driving. Do you want to turn yourself in, or should I call the police to come over? Don't push your luck, man. I didn't hurt anyone. Meddling won't end well for you. Sun Yuhui immediately backed down when he heard about the police. Although he drank last night, a blood alcohol test would definitely show he was over the limit. His clothes reeked of alcohol, and only a fool wouldn't know he had been drinking. Checking the underground parking security footage would clarify everything. Seems you haven't realized the mistake you've made. Fine, I'll stick my nose in it today. Fang Jueyu directly took out his phone and dialed the police. Put down the phone. In a panic, Sun Yuhui forgot about Fang Jueyu's terrifying fighting skills, resulting in another footprint on his chest. What the heck? Are they filming a movie here this early? Another young man who just came downstairs saw the scene where Sun Yuhui was kicked. Most of the young people living here were well-known rich kids. Usually idle, they seldom come across scenes like this, so he immediately took out his phone to film it. Dude, was it you who smashed the car? The young man pointed at the smoking wreckage. Yeah, this idiot got drunk and parked his car next to my spot. I tried reasoning, but he wanted to play tough, so I smashed his car. Fang Jueyu said candidly. That's amazing, man. But that car wasn't cheap, at least 13 million. Sure, you got even, but was it worth it? The young man was wealthy too, but he couldn't afford a Porsche 918. He drove only a car worth 4 or 5 million and felt the pain just looking at it. No worries, I never consider the price when smashing cars. Any price I can afford. Fang Jueyu declared boldly, just as the police call connected. Hello, police. I'd like to report a case of drunk driving. Yes, in the first-grade underground garage. No injuries. All right, I'll be here waiting for you. Fang Jueyu put down the phone and coldly looked at the dumbfounded Sun Yuhui. Just wait. Fang Jueyu didn't know that the young man's phone had perfectly recorded the entire scene. Destroying a car worth over 10 million, plus his remarks, left people wondering since when Shanghai had such a fearsome figure. Within minutes, this video went viral online, as most netizens were already awake, and the young people on break saw it immediately. I never consider the price when smashing a car. I'm giving that 32 likes. Oh my god, over 10 million. A tycoon indeed. Even if I got the car, smashing it is such a waste. Guys, doesn't this person look familiar? Damn that Maserati, that's the car of General Liu. That person is General Liu. It's General Liu, that's just his usual way. Even Principal Wang admitted to being overwhelmed by his money. That idiot just hit a brick wall. Look, General Liu doesn't seem to plan on letting him off easy. Support General Liu. Drunk drivers deserve punishment. People need to pay attention. This guy must be punished. Go General Liu. In just a few minutes, the video exploded in popularity. Fang Jueyu had stirred up such a big deal in just 2 days that even he was unaware. Though his actions were exaggerated, he received unanimous approval from the netizens. You smashed the car, right? Fine, I'll just pay you. You're driving drunk. Sorry, don't care who you are, you must face the law. Soon, a police car arrived in the underground garage. Smelling the strong scent of alcohol, the officers frowned. After drinking so much the night before, no one would believe it unless he downed 7 or 8 bottles. So they skipped the testing. Take him away. 2 officers directly escorted Sun Yuhui to the car. Sir, were you the one who reported this? Yes, I am, Fang Jueyu nodded. We'll handle his drunk driving, but about the car. Don't worry, I've already compensated him for the car to the last penny, enough for him to buy a brand new one. But I might need your help with this pile of scrap metal. Before the policeman could speak, Fang Jueyu continued. As an apology, I plan to donate 10 million to your police department to help our officers upgrade their equipment. The policeman was stunned. What, your department doesn't accept donations? Fang Jueyu asked. Of course we do, certainly. The policeman nodded quickly, afraid the chief would hammer him if he refused. Their division had a limited budget each year. Their vehicles and offices hadn't been upgraded in ages. Then please accompany us for a bit. We need to take a statement. As for the donation, our chief will discuss it with you personally. All right, let's go then. Fang Jueyu said as he got into the car, following the police car, leaving only one officer to wait for others to help deal with the totaled 918. What the heck is that possible? The onlooker hadn't left, and seeing Fang Jueyu casually transferring millions and donating, felt himself wealthy, yet compared to this man, he was just a beggar. Mr. Fang, you truly are an outstanding young man of our Huaxia. The chief of the Public Security Bureau on Binjiang Avenue in Shanghai warmly shook Fang Jueyu's hand as he saw him out of the bureau. Handling a DUI case involving a wealthy second-generation heir wasn't a difficult task. On the contrary, in this city where the rule of law was extremely advanced, it was easier to execute the relevant punishments. Since no harmful consequences were caused and Sun Yuhui had no prior offenses on his record, he was only fined, and his driver's license was revoked with a criminal prosecution. Even if his family had money, it wouldn't save him from 10 days to half a month in jail. This outcome already satisfied Fang Jueyu. As for the 10 million he promised to donate to the Public Security Bureau, it was transferred in minutes. With this money, they could apply for more police cars, which played a crucial role in strengthening their police force. The chief, Zhou Mingquan, even came close to calling Fang Jueyu his brother and invited him to come to Shanghai more often, promising to treat him to a meal. He assured him that he would help solve any troubles as long as Fang Jueyu was in the right. A call from Zhuang Ying. Fang Jueyu, finally free, noticed 2 missed calls on his phone. Hey, Sister Zioing, were you just trying to reach me? Fang Jueyu called back. What's up? Oh, my dear young master, you better check out Weibo. In just 2 days, you've taken over the Weibo headlines. Really? Fang Jueyu quickly opened Weibo. Indeed, the video of him smashing a car had become a hot topic, with views reaching tens of millions and the trend still skyrocketing. Shockingly, this seemingly unruly act not only didn't attract much criticism, but also garnered cheers, since what he did was so delightfully satisfying. The official Weibo of the Binjiang Avenue Public Security Bureau in Shanghai even reposted the video, giving it a huge thumbs up and breaking the news of Sun Yuhui's DUI, thus silencing those who were blindly criticizing Fang Jueyu. I never care about the price when smashing cars. This line immediately replaced the one by President Wang. I never care if my friends have money, because none of them have more than I do. Massive numbers of netizens began searching for Fang Jueyu's personal Weibo. Young master, if you release your personal Weibo now, I guarantee you'll gain millions of followers overnight, and half of them will be fangirls. True, after some thought, Fang Jueyu decided it was time to reveal his Weibo handle. Whether it was Guo Xinyu or Teacher Park, or even Wang Kong, they had hundreds of millions of followers. If they helped to spread the word, the news would quickly go viral. I'll do it when I get back. He wasn't sure how Jueyu gauged his task completion, but having millions of followers should cover the level 1 privilege task, right? Oh, by the way, Mr. Haram just told me that the outfit prepared for your attendance at the school anniversary is ready and can be delivered this afternoon. You can try it on to see if it fits when you return. Great, please thank Mr. Haram for me. Not long ago, Zhu Ming called him, hoping he could deliver a speech as an outstanding alumni at the school anniversary. Such an occasion truly required a decent formal suit. Just as Fang Jueyu was about to start the car, another call came in. It's never-ending. Why are there so many calls early in the morning? At this time, he should already be on the highway, but somehow, back and forth, this much time had been delayed. Mr. Fang, it's Zhou Ruixiang. The custom car we designed for you was completed the day before yesterday. We just shipped it via your private freighter to the port. Where should we send it? Really? So fast? Fang Jueyu recalled that Zhou Ruixiang mentioned the customization would take 2 weeks, but it was completed several days ahead of schedule. Yes, because it was your car, the factory didn't dare delay, working overtime for several days. But rest assured, the quality is guaranteed, Zhou Ruixiang confidently assured him. Fantastic, excited, Fang Jueyu could hardly wait to head back to Jiangnan City. Please send it to Villa Number 1 at Jiangnan Garden in Jiangnan City. Sure, it should be delivered by 4 p.m. Please wait for a while. Oh my gosh, my car has arrived. Honestly, the Maserati he was driving, though pricey, was just about the appealing insignia to him. Compared to that, his old Porsche Cayenne was spacious and comfortable. But this Apollo Sun God was different. It was his dream car, a custom-made car just for him. Just thinking about it made him tremble with excitement. The journey back was not as congested as the trip over, but by the time Fang Jueyu returned to Jiangnan City, it was nearly 4 o'clock. The roar of the Maserati sports car caused many pedestrians to whip out their phones and snap photos, but little did they know, the car's owner was already fixated on another. Sure enough, a large truck was parked in the small plaza at the entrance of his villa. The truck's cargo compartment was a huge transparent shell, inside of which lay a supercar, explosively cool in its dark purple appearance. The aerodynamic body and the exquisite spoilers left Fang Jueyu with an irresistible urge to touch it. A dream car he could have gone his entire life without seeing was now just parked there in front of him. Mr. Fang, let me introduce to you this specially customized Apollo Sun God VE. Zhou Ruixiang saw the look in Fang Jueyu's eyes and knew the car was completely to his satisfaction. This new car adopts a full set of carbon fiber chassis and body. To increase its hardness and resistance to wear, new metal was added in a certain ratio. Even at a speed of 100 km/h, hitting something solid would only cause slight deformation and not damage the cockpit. The car costs approximately 12.7 million US dollars, but you wouldn't believe it weighs only 1,250 kg. It can reach a top speed of 430 km/h, with an acceleration of 100 km in just. Zhou Ruixiang continued with an endless stream of details, but Fang Jueyu didn't catch a word. All he wanted was to get in this car and take it out for a spin. Can I take it for a drive now? Fang Jueyu asked. Of course, the car is already registered and licensed. You can drive it any time, Zhou Ruixiang signaled, and the car was carefully lowered from the truck to the ground. Throughout the process, Fang Jueyu held his breath, nervous that it might accidentally get scratched or bumped. Sister Zioing, could you park this car for me? Fang Jueyu threw the Maserati keys to Zhuang Ying. If you like this car, you can drive it from now on. Zhuang Ying's expression changed sharply. She didn't expect that the Apollo Sun God would impact Fang Jueyu so heavily. The Maserati had only been driven for a day or two, yet he could discard it so easily. Ha ha ha, young master, I love you. The car, costing over 10 million, was limited edition. Even with Zhuang Ying's wealth, she wouldn't have splurged on it. It's a free car. Why not take it? Fang Jueyu pressed a button and the gull wing door swung open. He seemed too excited and stumbled over the door, falling right onto the seat. But he quickly got up, started the car, shifted gears, and hit the gas pedal. Vroom! With a beast-like roar, the sports car ghosted out of the neighborhood. What a waste. There's a speed limit on the road. This car is so stifled. Only the driver could understand the pain of driving a car that could reach speeds of 267 mph on city roads limited to 25 mph. Fang Jueyu couldn't wait to find a professional racetrack to unleash the full speed of this car, and experience the thrill of that extreme acceleration. But even at this leisurely pace, this sports car was enough to elicit countless screams. "Honey, what kind of car is that? It's so beautiful." "Oh my God, Apollo Sun God. Sometimes sports cars attract men even more than women. Is this a new model? I've never seen it before." "Honey, is this car expensive?" "Expensive? It's more than just expensive. Even if you have money, you can't buy it." The man looked enviously at the departing dark purple sports car. "Even the worst configuration is close to 20 million RMB, and you have to order and queue for it. I heard there aren't many of these cars in all of Huaxia." 20 million, the woman exclaimed. "It would take them 100 years of work without food and drink to gather that amount. This car should be customized or limited edition. It's not surprising if the price exceeds 10 million US dollars. I never imagined I'd see this car here. It's like a dream." Fang Jueyu drove several laps around the surrounding streets before his excitement gradually calmed down, and he returned to reality. The surrounding vehicles kept a distance of more than 10 meters from him, even at a red light, where the car behind was at least tens of meters away. If this car accidentally got scratched, the repair costs might force them to sell their home and car to pay for it, right? Half an hour later, Fang Jueyu reluctantly returned to his villa, gently caressing the steering wheel as if he were touching his wife. He even had the strange urge to spend the night in the car. "So, Mr. Fang, are you satisfied with this car?" Zhou Ruixiang asked. Satisfied? Extremely satisfied. Although Fang Jueyu didn't know much about cars, for him, fast enough, stylish enough, and thrilling enough were the three essential points, and this car fully demonstrated all three. "Your satisfaction is the greatest affirmation for us," Zhou Ruixiang said with a smile. "By the way, will this car be sold to the public in the future?" Fang Jueyu asked. "Yes, but we will only sell the standard version, without using those expensive special metals in the materials of the car. The power system will also be slightly reduced because this car was specially modified for you, but the appearance will remain almost the same. We plan to price it at 5.2 million US dollars, and it will only be sold to certain special customers. From the appearance, my car doesn't seem to have any particularly distinctive features." Fang Jueyu was slightly disappointed. "Hey, Mr. Fang, our designers have already considered this. Press the button with our car logo on your left hand." This one." Fang Jueyu found the button and pressed it. Then the car suddenly emitted a barely noticeable mechanical sound, and a stereoscopic purple gemstone sculpture, akin to the small golden ornament on a Rolls-Royce, popped up from the front of the car. It was an eagle and griffin with outstretched claws, exactly the one from the Apollo Supercars emblem. "The eagle and griffin of the standard version are made of gold, but yours is crafted from a high-purity purple crystal. That's the biggest difference," Zhou Ruixiang proudly stated. This gemstone was acquired by Fang Jueyu's ancestor from a collector, undoubtedly a rare treasure, and it was only after the company connected with the family that helped Fang Jueyu keep the purple gemstone that it was cut and mounted on the car. In terms of value, this gemstone might be worth as much as 10 cars like this one. "Wow, with such a touch, I don't even dare to drive this car out." Fang Jueyu was moved by this generous gesture. If the car got damaged, he might not feel too bad because it could be rebuilt. But if this gemstone got lost, there might not be another like it in the world, not even with money. "Rest assured, Mr. Fang, the inlay slot has been modified. If someone tries to forcefully open it to steal the gemstone, they will be hit with a strong electric current, and the vehicle will automatically alarm, so you can be at ease." "That's good to hear." Only then did Fang Jueyu breathe a sigh of relief. "Please pass a message for me. Give the employees working overtime at the German factory 3 days off and reward them with a month's salary." Fang Jueyu was in a good mood. "On behalf of those employees, I thank Mr. Fang for his generosity. Oh, and Ms. Zhuang, give Manager Zhou an additional end-of-year bonus of 1 million this year." "Understood, young master." "Thank you, Mr. Fang." Zhou Ruixiang beamed with joy, almost bursting into a smile. Although he was the Huaxia distributor of the supercar, there were very few people in Huaxia with the purchasing power and qualification, so he only received a base salary each year. This 1 million reward was practically a windfall. Fang Jueyu drove the car into his underground garage. The Maserati he gave to Zhuang Ying was naturally parked in the garage of her mansion. This villa had 20 parking spaces, and with only one car in it now, it looked somewhat empty. "I should check what other good cars are out there to fill this garage." Fang Jueyu was somewhat dissatisfied. He couldn't possibly drive this car everywhere. Sometimes it might be better to drive something more discreet. Young master, Mr. Harem is still waiting in the villa. Do you want to try on the clothes now? Zhuang Ying asked. How could I forget about that? Fang Jueyu slapped his forehead, feeling slightly embarrassed for leaving someone waiting for an hour. By the way, Ms. Zhuang, please arrange dinner, following English standards and style. I'll invite Mr. Harem to dinner tonight. Okay, leave it to me. Zhuang Ying took on the task and left. Fang Jueyu returned to the villa, where Harem was sitting on the sofa, sipping coffee, but there wasn't a hint of impatience on his face. As a royal designer, he could wait, but the other party needed to qualify, and Fang Jueyu was indeed one of the few qualified. Mr. Harem, I'm sorry. I got a bit excited after receiving my new car and forgot about you, Fang Jueyu said apologetically. Oh, don't worry, dear Mr. Fang, your coffee is quite good. Actually, letting me wait a little longer is fine, as long as I have this coffee to enjoy, Harem said humorously. Ha ha ha, Mr. Harem, you're too funny. I've already asked my chef to prepare dinner. Please stay and eat here, and I'll have a driver take you back afterward. Mr. Fang, you're too courteous. As you Huaxians would say, I'll follow your lead. Harem happily accepted the invitation. Shall we try on your clothes first? Sure. Fang Jueyu took the extremely elaborately packaged suit and put it on directly. Fang Jueyu was originally somewhat thin, but now he was a perfect clothes model. The saying, the clothes make the man, seemed to be vividly demonstrated on him. After putting on the suit, he transformed from an ordinary student into a gentleman full of grace. Mr. Fang, this suit is made of cashmere wool, silk, and gemstone. I incorporated Huaxian elements into our English style, using the best materials, and it also has automatic temperature regulation, making it suitable for any season. Amazing! Fang Jueyu looked at himself in the mirror, very satisfied with this suit, especially the subtle golden dragon totem on the buttons, which was grand yet not tacky. With the embellishment of gemstones, it would absolutely shine anywhere, without looking like the extravagance of a nouveau riche. This level of design skill was truly worthy of the title of the chief designer for English royalty. Mr. Harem, this suit isn't cheap, is it? Fang Jueyu remembered that many tailored brand clothes often cost tens of thousands, so this suit must be around 100,000, right? Yes, Mr. Fang, the decorations on the clothes are G-color, these two quality gemstones, with more than 200 pieces totaling about 150 carats, so the cost of this suit is 500,000 British pounds. 500,000 British pounds. Fang Jueyu's face darkened. Was he wearing a house on his body? The suit, valued at a staggering 500,000 British pounds, genuinely shocked Fang Jueyu. This outfit could easily be worn to the Queen of England's banquet. Wearing it to his high school reunion felt like using a cannon to kill a mosquito. Fang Jueyu carefully put the suit away. A single diamond falling off could be worth a lot. Except for certain special public occasions, he thought it best not to wear it casually. After having a delightful dinner with Mr. Harem, who couldn't stop eating the delicious meal, Harem guaranteed that even the meal at the Queen of England's birthday banquet last year wasn't this tasty. After dinner, Fang Jueyu arranged for someone to send Harem home. Then he blissfully took a bath and lounged in his luxurious gaming chair in a bathrobe in front of the computer. Let's see what nice cars there are. Fang Jueyu opened the website, seemingly determined to fill up his garage. Spending this money might just make a splash in his 500 billion fortune, right? He was stunned as he hadn't expected it. He spent 14 million on cars and 10 million in donations today. He spent more money in one day than most people do in a lifetime, yet he hadn't even touched the surface of what he earned today. He looked at the additional 800 million US dollars in his account and sighed deeply. Spending money is a kind of loneliness. Right? I remember there were two cars as famous as Apollo's sun god. Fang Jueyu opened a search engine to check. Pagani Huayra, top speed 403 km/h, 0-100 acceleration in 3.2 seconds, priced over 1 million euros, not bad, note it down. Fang Jueyu pulled out a notebook from the drawer and started writing. Aston Martin Valkyrie, the design is stunning. Aston Martin is a top luxury car brand, but Fang Jueyu never liked its design before. However, this Valkyrie shattered his previous prejudice. If you had to use a word to describe it, even using sexy was not an exaggeration. Limited to 150 globally, starting at 2.5 million euros. Nice, put it down. McLaren 600 LT. The price is quite cheap, but it looks nice. It could be for grocery shopping bought. Oh, how did I forget the Bugatti Veyron? After more than an hour, the writing in Fang Jueyu's notebook was erased and rewritten again and again. There were just too many good-looking cars, but his villa only had so many parking spots. Parking them elsewhere seemed wasteful, which was a bit of a headache. Okay, these will do. Fang Jueyu had written down the names of 20 cars in his notebook. Click. He took a picture of the car list and sent it all to Zhuang Ying at once. Zioing, do me a favor, get me one of each of these cars with the most luxurious configuration. No other requirements, but they must look cool, and the color must be flashy. Sure, leave it to me. I'll make sure to get them for you as quickly as possible. Zhuang Ying took a look at the detailed list. There were supercars and luxury business cars, but who knew why he listed a Wuling Hongguang too? Maybe he wanted to take 50 friends out for fun when bored. Time to work on my Weibo. Fang Jueyu, bored, watched some live streams for a bit. Mr. Pooh was still gaming as usual, and Guo Xinyu was hosting an outdoor live stream, eating at some snack street in Magic City. Eat, eat, eat. Careful you don't turn yourself into a fatty. Fang Jueyu sent a bullet comment. Caught a wild Lu Zong. Seeing Fang Jueyu, the water friends became excited. You're here, brother. The bunny is so cute, why eat the bunny? Lu Zong, why aren't you there today? Aren't you worried about Xinyu being out alone? Lu Zong need workers. I'm strong and can do anything. HMPH, what's it to you? I can't gain weight no matter how much I eat. Guo Xinyu took a big bite of the roasted rabbit meat in her hand in front of the camera. Tusk, 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 Xinyu, you've never used this tone with us water friends. Could it be you two really are getting along? That coquettish tone aroused a strong discontent among the water friends. Spill the tea, give us the gossip. Xinyu, do me a favor, this is my Weibo account. Have your fans follow it. I'll be holding raffles now and then. Fang Jueyu sent Guo Xinyu a private message. Oh, you're getting into Weibo too. Guo Xinyu was a bit surprised but mostly happy. Sure, no problem. Lin Shenzhen Lu rewarded the streamer Xinyu with Panda times 99. What are you doing? Showering me with so many gifts again. Fang Jueyu went in with 990 pandas. Guo Xinyu got a bit angry instantly. Are you not treating me as a friend? How could I? You might be a big star in the future. I need to pay you when I tap you for ads, right? Fang Jueyu joked. No way, you can't do this next time. Okay. I promise it won't happen again. Fang Jueyu seemed to understand why Guo Xinyu was angry, and there was a faint hint of joy in his heart. Everyone gets a treat, Guo Xinyu shouted in the live stream. Your Lu Zong has given me his Weibo account. As long as you follow his Weibo account, there will be all kinds of benefits in the future. Don't say I didn't tell you. Wow, Lu Zong finally remembered his Weibo password. Quick, anything leaking from Lu Zong's fingers is enough for us to feast for a while. Brothers, you guys keep watching, I'm out. What if Lu Zong holds a raffle and I win? Count me in, I'm going to follow my hubby's Weibo now. Guo Xinyu's livestream had over 2 million people online, and Fang Jueyu's follower count started skyrocketing. Keep streaming, Xinyu. I'll go ask Mr. Pooh and Principal Wang to help promote too. Fang Jueyu said goodbye and entered Mr. Pooh's livestream. His screen was all black, and he was angrily cursing the enemy jungler who caught him with an entire division's force. Lin Shenzhen Lu rewarded Mr. Pooh with Panda times 99. Mr. Pooh, help promote my Weibo account. Fang Jueyu directly sent a private message. Lu Zong is generous, this ad fee is well earned. Mr. Pooh immediately started the promotion in his live stream. His fan base was much larger than Guo Xinyu's, and naturally the effect was better. After a meal last time, Principal Wang and he exchanged contact information. He dialed Principal Wang's phone, but the voice on the other side sounded a bit strange. Huff huff, there was heavy breathing, mixed with some inappropriate sounds. Oh damn, I think I've done something indecent. Fang Jueyu blushed. If he didn't know what was happening from these sounds, he'd have to be a fool. Fang Jueyu, what the hell? Do you know you almost made me collapse with your call? If my buddy has a problem, can you afford it? Wang Kong started scolding over the phone. All right, my bad. Fang Jueyu apologized repeatedly, knowing he was in the wrong. You go ahead, we can talk later. Fang Jueyu quickly hung up the phone. If whatever Wang Kong was dealing with really had an issue, it might cost him a failed elixir he had. Those were precious treasures, not something money could buy. Young master, I have placed all the car orders you wanted. They should start arriving at your garage from next week. Shortly after, Fang Jueyu received a text from Zhuang Ying. Nice. Fang Jueyu praised Zhuang Ying's efficiency and immediately had Xiaoyu pull up his wealth dashboard. All these luxury cars together must cost a few billion, right? But when he saw the number, he was dumbfounded. The amount hadn't decreased, it had increased by tens of millions of US dollars. Xiaoyu, explain what's going on here. Fang Jueyu was about to lose it. He bought 20 luxury cars and didn't spend a dime. Host, don't blame me. Have you ever seen someone pay when they eat their own snacks from their family store? Xiaoyu's response left Fang Jueyu stumped. Except for that one car, Wuling Hongguang, you have substantial shares in all the companies producing those cars. The custom cars don't cost you a penny. Even if you pay, the money would simply circulate back to your own pocket, making no big difference. Wow, is spending money really this hard? Fang Jueyu smashed his mouse in frustration, but the expensive alloy mouse didn't even have a scratch, while a small dent appeared on the premium hardwood floor. He glanced back at his Weibo. The number of followers had surpassed 1 million and kept increasing at a staggering rate, with tens of thousands of new comments on his post promoting the Youth League. Who knew Mr. Liu was also a patriotic youth? Fang Jueyu. Is that Mr. Liu's name? I had an elementary schoolmate with the same name. A friend of mine told me before he died to ask, when's the giveaway starting? Be honest, isn't that friend you? Don't ask, the friend on the 3rd floor is me. Youth League rocks in Huaxia. 20 minutes later, Fang Jueyu's phone rang again. It looked like Wang Kong was done. Judging from the gap in calls, he seemed somewhat capable, although it was unclear if the earlier call had startled him, causing any performance issues. Fang Jueyu, you have 1 minute to explain yourself, or I'll come to Jiangnan City and kill you in 2 days, Wang Kong said menacingly. Fortunately, his little brother didn't suffer any mishaps, otherwise he'd have rushed to Fang Jueyu's house this instant. Hey, I just wanted you to help promote my Weibo account. You have so many followers, it's bound to be effective, Fang Jueyu explained. You're kidding me, that's what you called for. Wang Kong on the other end wanted to rip Fang Jueyu to pieces. You could have just sent me a text or a WeChat message, why call? All right, don't be mad. I'll give you a 20% discount on the helicopter you wanted. No, 50%, Wang Kong haggled. No, 70%. No, 60%. 65% or it's nothing. Deal, Wang Kong agreed, happy to save several million US dollars. It seemed that earlier call was oddly endearing now. Then hurry up and promote for me, Fang Jueyu impatiently urged. Okay, Wang Kong nodded. By the way, I'll come to Jiangnan City next week. We can chat about the movie and I can check out your mansion, said Wang Kong. No problem, let me know what you'd like to eat, and I'll have my chef prepare it for you. Damn, brother, I don't even have a personal chef in my place. I must taste your chef's cooking. Wang Kong ended the call and quietly opened Weibo. Let me introduce someone. This bastard almost killed me with money yesterday at Fang Jueyu. Wang Kong had over 20 million followers. His post was more effective than ads from both Principal Park and Gu Xinyu combined. Ha, the principal finally dug up this big tycoon's Weibo. Brothers, let's go blow up his Weibo. Principal Wang, 1st Meme Division reporting requesting deployment. Principal Wang, 2nd Saucy Division reporting requesting deployment. Countless netizens flooded Fang Jueyu's Weibo, eager to see who this person was, who even Wang Kong saw as obscenely wealthy. But the post, barely up for a minute, left everyone dropping their jaws. Thanks for following me on Weibo. I'll occasionally hold giveaways here. Let's start with a welcome gift today. 500 iPhone 11 Pro Max 256 GBs plus a Lamborghini Gallardo. Just repost to enter the draw. Holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. The culturaless 1st floor reigns with holy crap. I too must say, a whole load of crap. I've seen giveaways with phones, but a car, it's my first, bowing to you, sir. Mom, come see this god. This car is mine, no one fight me for it. Reposted, I'm getting a license plate tomorrow. You're outstanding, I concede. Wang Kong also saw the post. Although wealthy, he'd never seen such a massive giveaway, a Lamborghini. Giving away a $500,000 car in a draw stunned him and his friends. Since you're so generous, I can't lose face. Wang Kong felt compelled to match Fang Jueyu. I, Wang Kong, will sacrifice myself now. 500 iPhone 11 Pro Max 256 GBs plus a Ferrari 488. Old rules, just repost to enter the draw. Wang Kong had saved millions of US dollars on the helicopter from Fang Jueyu, a gift for his father Wang Lin's birthday. Although he gave the gift, the money came from Wang Lin. Getting the helicopter was the real effort. Back and forth, Wang Kong still pocketed millions of US dollars. Spending 1,000,000 yuan on giveaways was merely tipping his cap to fate. The duel between the two lottery extravaganzas quickly trended on Weibo. By 10 p.m., Fang Jueyu's followers skyrocketed to 5 million. By the next day, it might even hit 10 million. Hey Fang Jueyu, with so many followers, why not get verified on Weibo? What? Seen mine, CEO of Zhu TV, director at Badar Group. You being this influencer should have some title, right? But I own too many companies. If I list them all, there might not be enough space on Weibo. Alright, here we go again, I've got studies, gotta go. Wang Kong simply ignored him. Fang Jueyu looked innocent. Did I say something wrong again? Seems like telling the truth these days just earns you disdain. Oh my god, isn't this a bit exaggerated? The next morning, when Fang Jueyu opened Weibo on his phone, the iPhone 6 he'd been using for 3 years had officially declared its retirement. The sudden influx of over 10 million followers overnight created an information explosion that his phone just couldn't handle, rendering it completely useless. What bad luck, Fang Jueyu grumbled. Anyone would be upset about breaking a phone first thing in the morning, even if they had 10 brand new iPhone 11s stored in their drawer. Luckily, the SIM card didn't burn out. Fang Jueyu switched to a new phone. He wasn't sure if Zhuang Ying had done something to it, but all his usual apps were already on the home screen. Just popping in the SIM card and he could use it, saving a ton of time installing new programs. Forget it, I'll just check on the computer then. Even with a new iPhone 11, it might not survive such powerful traffic, but his computer was a supercomputer. Handling this information would take just minutes. Sure enough, when he opened Weibo on the computer, there wasn't a hint of lag. Clicking on his profile picture, Fang Jueyu's follower count had astonishingly reached 10.91 million, and that was just overnight. The comments under his giveaway post had also surpassed 100,000, though most were just pointless banter and emojis. As for his direct messages, they had exploded too. Although it showed as 999 plus, the actual content could easily add a couple more zeros without exaggeration. He randomly clicked on a direct message, and it turned out to be a restricted photo, complete with contact info and a selfie below. It was practically a blatant hookup invitation. Zioyi, next time filter these kinds of messages for me. I'm worried my eyes will burn out if I see too many, Fang Jueyu said. Oh, but the host's heart tells me you're enjoying this. Are you sure you want me to delete them? Shut up, Fang Jueyu snapped fiercely. You know too much, just do what I say. Suddenly, he remembered what Wang Kong mentioned last night. Indeed, as a blogger with millions of followers, it seemed a bit off not to have a title of some sort. Fang Jueyu owned countless companies, so casually listing one wasn't an issue, but that wouldn't make him stand out. If he was going to get verified on Weibo, it had to be the most eye-catching certification. A man can be broke or ugly, but he has to be unique. Otherwise, what's the difference between him and a salted fish? Since he was both handsome and rich, wouldn't it be a shame not to flaunt it a little? Zioyi, do I own any impressively amazing companies, ones that just hearing the name would send shivers down their spine? Fang Jueyu asked arrogantly. Host, you hold 51% of Wagyu Company in the United States and are practically their actual chairman. I think that's pretty good. Huh, no wonder. The iPhone 11 isn't officially launched yet, but I already have several units in my drawer, so I'm the biggest shareholder. Fang Jueyu finally solved the confusion he had earlier. No, that's too mundane. That just proves I have money, something more flamboyant perhaps, Fang Jueyu asked again. Well, host, if you're any more flamboyant, I think you should check out your own international private psychiatric hospital. What the heck, I even own something like that. Fang Jueyu burst into laughter. His assets truly span various fields, even psychiatry hospitals. Didn't that make him a psychiatric hospital dean? Yes, just use that. Fang Jueyu had a sudden idea and thought having just money wasn't interesting enough. Quickly, send me the proof materials. Fang Jueyu immediately filled out the verification application with great care. Weibo's staff were busy handling all sorts of business when suddenly, the text received a particularly strange application. Dean of Dawn International Psychiatric Hospital. Remember this hospital, is this person joking with us? I've never heard of this hospital, the tech. already in a bad mood due to the workload, found this application like fuel on fire. Wait, don't say that. This hospital actually exists. A colleague turned his computer around. The hospital is established on the border between Huaxia and Russia, specializing in psychiatric disorders. They say it's privately funded and the treatment equipment is super expensive. And who's the legal representative of the hospital? Check it yourself. Didn't the application require proof upload? The staff suddenly saw the applicant. Isn't this President Liu? You know them. Who does know? The headlines these past few days have been all about him. Do you know the car giveaway with Principal Wang yesterday? That was him. Wow, with so much money, shouldn't he be the chairman of a corporation or something? Unbelieving, he clicked on the application materials. But to everyone's surprise, after checking, all the materials turned out to be real and valid. The hospital's original legal representative was someone named Fang Jueyu, recently transferred to Fang Jueyu's name. So that's how the rich play these days. Thus, do you think rich people are very happy? You're wrong. You can't even imagine their joy. What should we do then? What else? Approve it. All the documents are in order. Half an hour later, a golden Weibo verification appeared under Fang Jueyu's Weibo avatar. Fang Jueyu, Dean of Dawn International Psychiatric Hospital. President Liu, weren't you a shareholder of Maserati? How'd you suddenly become the dean of a psychiatric hospital? Ha, President Liu, what are you up to? Are you trying to make us laugh our heads off and then get yourself some business? So epic. From now on, President Liu needs a new title. There was a Principal Wang before, and now there's Dean Fang. This maneuver deserves 101 points. Couldn't you tell? You think President Liu is just being playful. No, you're wrong. President Liu is proving that his empire spans various fields. There's nothing we can think of that he doesn't own. Hats off to you in terms of uniqueness. Wang Kong left a comment and quietly gave a thumbs up. All right, friends, stop speculating. I just find titles like director or president a bit dull. This is my lifestyle statement. I am who I am, a unique spark. Fang Jueyu updated a Weibo post. Dean is flamboyant enough. Dean, I have a classmate with a mental illness asking when you're announcing the results. Dean, does the psychiatric hospital need staff? I just graduated with a PhD in psychiatry from Yanjing Medical University. Honey, draw for me. All right, time to get ready for the university celebration in a couple of days. Fang Jueyu closed Weibo. Zioyi, draft me a speech so I can memorize it quickly.